The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Monday, the 18th of August. Looking at the Dow down 48 at 44,894. Did that, waited, and finally you got that leg D, missing leg D, second time in about 2-3 weeks. At 45,203, that was an all-time high. And now you're pulling back a little bit, down 51. The way I'm looking at it now, I think a lot of the work has been done to the upside. Either there's just a regrouping or you could put it this way, that the stocks that have done really well are possibly now bumping to some kind of resistance, even if it's at all-time highs. It's a measured move resistance. That doesn't mean to say they have to break down, but at this particular point, I don't have a signal to say that the market, that the Dow is about to drop 400 or 500 points. You need bad news, and if you don't get the bad news, well, all that happens is that you kind of waft towards the upside, and that's kind of what we've done. So all-time high in the Dow on Friday, pulling back a little bit. S&P made an all-time high on Friday. Also pulling back at minus 33 at 64.49.34. Nothing serious here. More importantly, the QQQ went to an all-time high. Let me just give you the exact date, because that was not Friday. That was Wednesday. That was on the 13th. Let me just type that in here, on the 13th. So that's 8/13/25. There's nothing here. I don't have to make it a red or anything. Just to type it in and gently, a little light gray, put it in there. So all-time high on Wednesday at 583.42, pulls back very modestly, not even to the candle of Tuesday, that huge candle to the upside. We haven't even gone to the body of that candle yet, let alone the wick. So this is still a good sign. And we are trading at 576.64, down 66 in the QQQ. Leg B, still, if we go to 583.43, 1 penny above Wednesday's high. Let me just double check, 583.32. Whoa, did I write this? Is what I checked that out. That was not 42, it was 32. So if we go to 33, 583.33, we extend leg B in the weekly chart, although everything about it is suggesting we're just getting to a point here where it's starting to scale. Look at this unbalanced volume in the weekly chart. And yet, the MACD is fabulous. The relative strength is strong. The stochastics flat at 93%. These are, unbalanced volumes are a little overboard. This is everything that you look for as a positive. The 9 is way over the 14, and the price is way over the 9. This is all fabulous stuff. So I'm looking at this and saying, what kind of a digestive phase could you have? What if you dropped all the way to the low of the beginning of August? Well, look at this. August the 1st, the low was 551.68. So that's 65 points. That's a lot of points. That's a good 10%, but we've just done that on the way up in 1.5 weeks, just 2 weeks. So you can see we've got tremendous support levels, and there has to be bad news to create this vortex, to create this sell-off. So now this is what I'm looking at. Within the context of markets, I always look at the sector, the semiconductor sector, as being the lead up and the lead down. Just follow that. And it did make a high. Also, I think it might have been the day before. No, it was on the 13th. Right there. On the 13th, all-time high, 302.98. And then there was a round number the very next day, 298 open, and we've pulled back, but not very far, not even to Tuesday's low. So this is just a very orderly move to the upside. But at the same time, if you're looking at some of the semiconductors, I'm starting to see some round numbers appearing at highs or most recent highs, or either at the high or just after the high or just before. And I'm just saying, keep that in mind. Remember April of last year when we had that smash to the downside and it was all those round numbers I was looking at? But should I do it now? Yeah, I'll do it now because I'm liable to forget. But have a look at this. You've got in the brokers, well, in the banks, first of all, you've got JP Morgan makes it a 301.29 high on the 29th of July, and the open is a 300 round number open, and it hasn't been there since. Peak C in the weekly chart, so that's still very positive, but on a short-term basis, we could make it the dreaded H pattern right here is already an H, and it held, could be a second H, so I'm watching this very closely. Let's go to Bank of America, which we are still long. Bank of America doing nicely today, up 48 cents at 47.41. It had a 49.31 recent high back in early July, pulls back quite sharply. Then around about the 25th, it goes to what? 49 round number high, pulls back, and that looks to me like that's going to be the challenge to get to the 48.50 level, and it's at 47.42 right now. So a little stalling motion, but watching it closely, Wells Fargo, WFC, Wells Fargo goes to 84.83 on the 14th of July, all-time high. It's pulled back since, also possibly making an arch formation, the dreaded H. This is a peak E already in the weekly chart, and it did have a round number. 83 was a round number open the day before, on the 13th of July, before it made the high, all-time high. BLK, I don't know if I actually completed this one. BLK, yes, this is BlackRock funding. This is, in the financial area, right? 1179.89 was the high on the 13th of July. It also made, and that was an all-time high, but it also made 1148.00, a round number open on that day, and it started to pull back since then. And that's a leg D in the weekly chart. I don't want to go through all of them right now. You've got Citibank made this descending peak C1, then C2 slightly lower, C3 slightly lower with a 96 round number open, pulling back a little bit. I'm just seeing these, and that just says the XLF, this is the select financial sector, has, I don't want to call this a head and shoulders pattern, but it does look like a head and shoulders pattern. Now, some people have a different order in which the left shoulder, then you get the head, and then the right shoulder has to either be lower or higher. It depends on which technique. I don't have any technique at all other than to say, if on the right side shoulder the technicals are weak, look for some kind of a pullback. Well, the XLF made an all-time high on the, right there. That was on the 25th of July at 53.49, and that makes it a double top, 53.49, double top with the early July 53.59, the early July high of 53.27 in the cup formation. Now we've just had Friday's rally to a gray peak C, because it's under the previous peak E high. And what was that? That was at 53.16. I would say that 53 area is quite strong resistance, and that's all I'm going to say. But I'm putting it together and I'm saying, I don't want to say 1 and 1 makes 2, because it does. But I do want to say that patterns that repeat, numbers that repeat, just give a heads up to say, be a little careful, and that's the financial sector. I'll come back in a moment. Dow's up 4.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So just to go with my theme of the round numbers, we've got Robinhood. I had a fabulous session on Friday, went almost to the all-time highs. 117.70 was the high on the 12th of August. It went to the 114s. What was it? Did it hit 114? Yeah, 114.36. Today it had a round number, 113 open. It's trading below at 111.14. My trio, I would have called them triumvirate, but that sounds too formal, too Romanesque. The trio that I look at is kind of, we are long, but I'm also looking at them as benchmarks. Look, Robin is just kind of struggling here. It's not breaking down. It's pulling back. It's a little bit deeper slide today, 3.07 down, 2.69%, 2.7%, much deeper than many of the others. Microsoft, look at this, Microsoft, stuck, making lower lows. Well, it's about to test the main one, which is this low of August the 7th, 517.55. Today's low is already 518.28. So it's starting to fail, struggling. And GE, and the 555 was the high in Microsoft. It's way off that. And same thing with General Electric, 281.04 was the high. Back on last week, I think it was about Wednesday or Thursday. And here we are at 267.94, just up 9 cents in the dreaded H pattern. I'm watching this very closely. Okay, so I wanted to show you, oh, Schwab, look at this. Let's see. There we go. So Schwab trading, same thing, double top, 99.59. Back in July, and then in August, 99.42, slightly lower, and the technicals were sliding. So this says to me, just be careful. Fabulous weekly action, but this daily action is like double topping with the cup formation, the drop bucket formation. Here we are, left side, quarter, that's the quarter of a semicircle, and now it's turning down. Now it's making the inverted pyramid. Pyramid pattern is the way we're looking at it right now. So that's that. I mean, I can go on. MS, this is Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley Financial Broker. Let me get this updated right there. Yeah, it makes 149.08 high on Wednesday. Very next day, the high is 147.00, pulling back. It's trading at 144. Big deal. So it's down 3. But it's not the point. The point is it made a peak D with a long-legged doji candle, and now it's pulling back. These are ingredients that says just be a little careful there. All right. GDX. The GDX is just trading sideways. It's down 32 cents at 57.95. Not bad action. Third week. Now, this is the week. Remember, in this particular pattern with the Chapman wave the Chapman wave right there. This is the up channel right here that I call the resistance support right there. So this is the inside track, narrow channel, and it got there. Every time it's got there since it made that peak D at 44.22 back in, I think it was like October, turns around, makes a cup formation, Chapman wave, cup and ladle, goes all the way to a D, and then it pulls back, and each time it's raising the base, and then it goes to this peak C, and that allows me to draw in this trend line, and then another little mini trend line about an eighth inch lower, or maybe 3/16. But look at this. It goes, and I said, the history here is that for 2 weeks, it's a weekly chart, it hits that green line or gets close to the inside track repellent zone, and then it takes a dive. Well, this is the third week, and it's a lower high so far. So I'm watching this very closely for the GDX, but so far, very good action. Gold itself is down a little bit, down 2. Right here, the 9-period moving average turned negative, made a peak D. Peak D is where other things can happen in the Chapman wave methodology, but it's in a rectangle formation in the weekly chart. And all I can say is if 3,300 breaks decisively, in other words, we go to 31.92. That's a very important slide underneath key support level, and that just says gold is kind of done for now until it can regenerate and organize itself to be able to make higher highs and not lower highs. So now with that said, let's go to silver, SI. Silver is trading up a little bit, up 13 cents. Second in range. This is a great peak A. It's just kind of stalled. If it takes out 37.35 support, that's a problem. If it takes out 39, if it can just tag 39.01 just once this week, that'll be a good thing. All right, so that's that. High-grade copper, there we go. High-grade copper is down to the doldrums, not doing very much at 4.47, down 0.02. Crude oil looked like it wanted to rally, and then it just said, no. I'm making this arch formation. I'm taking out my left side low. We'll see what happens. Here it is down 22 cents at 61.75. And finally, we want to go to bonds. Bonds right now are trading up with 130. Woohoo! 132nd. Not doing very much. It's almost like a double top, the peak C1, C2. So TBT, which is the yields themselves, TBT is going higher and not breaking out, but it's in the higher range. All right, I got that out the way. And one other thing was with the SMHs, I just wanted to point out that the 9-period moving average is still it's still very strong over the 14, and the MACD is on the cusp of turning down, negative. In fact, the day's young, but it has just after the first hour, it's gone minus 12 in the MACD, so that's negative, but the stochastic at 86 is very good. So we have to watch for the I just say 292, a close below 292 anytime this week is not good. So far, things are holding pretty well. I think I've covered that. Next question I had was CVM, I believe it was CVM. Okay, CVM is sell-ski or C core. Oh, I know what it did. It's trading at $9.18, up 48 cents. I drew this in the other day because I've had it on my list. I can't remember why. Did you tell me about it, or did I? It came up. I think it came up in my screamer list. Yes, it did. CVM. So this, I'm going to do this. Just take 1 second. Right there, and I go. So this is CEL. That's uppercase CEL. -SCI core does biotech company focused on developing immunotherapy treatments for cancer and infectious diseases. The main focus is on using the body's own immune system to fight these diseases. Cell-C, I guess it's Sky. Lead investigational therapy is multikine, or kine, an immunotherapy for head and neck cancer. Ooh, they also utilize a technology called LEAPS. Okay, for other potential treatments. Okay, so let me just put this right here. So it's thorough. And I'm just going to say immuno, and then I'll put head and neck. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Head and neck. All right, we'll come back and look at it because it's a very interesting pattern. So far, it's very positive. Makes the M formation in the MACD. It's going to try for the 960 area. I'll be back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Dow's down 8, S&P's up 4. Be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
folks, we're looking at CV. I really think there's a market that's fraught with little nibbles of weakness and some strength, but less strength now than I think than weakness, and we're going to see what happens by the end of the week. Let me go back to CVM. Yeah, CVM, Cell Sky Corporation, so immunotherapy, head and neck. So this is up 13 cents at 883. So this is very interesting because, look, the MACD ran up. Look how the MACD, this is a little lesson here. Follow the MACD line, especially the green line. Look, it follows the price. Very often it follows the price. Look, it doesn't here in the weekly chart, so you can't just treat it as that's the rule. But when it does, it says now it's pulled back and it's negative. The relative strength went overbought and now it's just kind of neutral. The stochastic went double toppy in the 80% area, and now it's at 46, and the on-balance volume's kind of flattened. And yet this price is way above the 9-period moving average, and the 9 is over the 14. And it's been walking that line for a while. So this is good action, but what I am looking at is there's a very good chance that the high that was made, today's high is 942, the high on the 4th of August was 1025, and the more serious high that was made back on the 29th of July was at, if I can read it, 1040. Okay? So it seems to me this area, now this is where I would put in my Chapman Wave inside track repellent line. I would just say, my guess from the chart I'm looking at is this area here, this goes pink, this goes green, and it says that there's a really good chance that unless the 1030s, 1050s, I say 1050 or higher, we get into the mid or high 10s, unless that's hit and held, not just hit once and pull back and held, this area here up until 990, maybe 10, is going to be strong resistance. All right? That's the way it looks right now, but it's holding very well. It might remain in a sideways rectangle formation for a while until it really breaks out. It starts a leg C at 1041. All right? 1 penny above peak B, starts a leg C. The monthly chart, don't even talk about the monthly chart. You can't even see it. It's just so horrible. But the weekly chart has gaps, has these, it looks like a biotech where you've got your long wick, this is called the shadow, long shadow, closes at the low, does it off and on. Look, there's a difference now. It closes with a shadow back in June, but all of a sudden it's starting to fill this in, and that's the best thing that you can see. So CVM, Cell Sky Corporation, doing much, much better. It's in a digestive phase. The moment it starts to trade in the 10, I really have to say the 1060s, 1050s, that weekly chart all of a sudden says that horrible wick that you saw back in February, the week of the 21st, with a high of 20.41 and a high of 11.42, that bottom of 11.42 suddenly becomes a target, and then after that you can start looking at the wick. But right now, that's what you're going to do. What will save the day? By holding here, making higher highs and higher lows. But what if it closes under the low that was made? This is CVM we're looking at, M for Mary. The 684 low that was made on the 11th of August, a close below that says, you got a lot more time. You're going to have to wait for the next round of whatever it is to be able to spike higher. I hope that helps. It's a very nice chart. Daily, weekly charts improving. 9-period moving average has been positive, but it hasn't made new highs. It needs to do that. So I hope that helps you. Next question came in. Open. Open is open door. So we go open, O-P-E-N. Look, open door trading at 377, up 60 cents. So Open Door, Inc., it has a digital platform for real estate. It buys and sells homes. It's called iBuying. And the monthly chart is just in this rectangle. And what a wreck. I mean, this is something that was up in the 25s. And for months now, it's been stuck between 5.5, let's call it 6. And whatever this low is, I'm embarrassed to look. The low will be 48 cents. Let me just check. Oh, my. I couldn't even put the A and the B in there because it was so low. Wait a minute. No, that's wrong. So that's 51. Oh, it was a double. I thought it was a double bottom. It just didn't look it right there. A double bottom, A, B, leg C fails at the just under $5, pulls back all the way to the 174-ish area, and now it's going again. So now what I do is, this is a little education in Chapman Wave methodology. You see these peaks? This peak would have been an A and then an A minus. A and an A fails, A minus. A, right there, A minus. Now starts the real A. But it's a gray A because that wasn't a D, that was a C. Let me just double check. You never can tell with these things. Yep, that was a C. So this means it's gray A, gray B, underneath the previous high. Remember, here's the body of the candle from 22nd of July with a high of 399. But look at the wick with the inverted green Chapman Wave Roman candle, and it would have gone there if it held above 403 for even 60 minutes, which it didn't do. That would have said, you know what, you can retest that previous high. Well, it didn't. That now has failed. But using the same technique, but now in a longer time frame, it says that if open, trading at 378, up 61 cents, if it's able to hold above $4.12 for about 90 minutes, any day this week, it says, you know what? It's a real good chance it's on its way. It doesn't have the same methodology, but it says there's a good chance it's on its way towards the 445 of that particular candle, and then the high, which was 497. All of that is contingent upon this red candle from Friday, that low of $3.10, a close below $3.10. Oops, could be another failure pattern. Be careful. So it's gray A, gray B. Let's just imagine as a lesson, it makes a peak B this week, and then it goes into leg C. If that leg C, gray C, goes above the blue C there, it immediately picks that up as C and it goes to a D. If it makes a peak B or a peak C underneath, it could have an overlapping wave, and that's something different. So let's just go one step at a time. The weekly chart, the fact that it's gone so quickly in 4 weeks, it's gone back to the midpoint or more than the midpoint of this particular candle, says there is something here that you cannot dismiss. So I like it very much. Open, trading at 371. I would like to say 345 would be a stop if you got in here, but it just moves too quickly. All I can say is that I think it's moving higher. It's got all the symptoms. The stochastic is 83%. The MACD is good. This is a nice looking chart, and it should fill this in over the next week or two. I like it.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So Yext Inc., YEXT, up 83 cents at 8.93. Yext Digital Presence Platform organizes your data into a knowledge graph, structuring your brand's information in a format designed for both AI-driven platform and something else. Okay, so it's doing very nicely. Bit of a gap up. It's going sideways and all of a sudden gaps up. So it's gapped up today. It's up 10%, up 83 cents at 8.93. The low is in the 860s. So I'm just going to say, I don't know what the reason is. If it's earnings, that's one thing. But if it's just some news event, watch 860 to 840 as support. But if by tomorrow, today's high is 916. By tomorrow, I don't care if it's today or tomorrow, if it takes out 916 and turns the 888 area into support over the next 2 days going to Wednesday, that'll be a very nice breakout. So just keep that in mind. And next question, CIA. CIA. So let me just write down Yext. Oh, I don't want to put it there. CIA. So Citizens Inc. A, Insurance, Psycha, Life, Insurance, Security Plan Life. Very nice. Oh, look at this. It was in the 450s, and I had this as a leg C. Now I'm looking at it, and it's at this 527. I mean, look at this. These just keep going up. Beautiful, very nice. Insurance, right down low price. Well, there's another one that I follow very closely, is G&W. G&W also done very nicely. At a peak, see it's pulling back a little bit. Genworth Financial, $8.35, up 2 cents. Yeah, so let's just go back. CIA, the CIA. The CIA is trading very nicely. It's now in leg D. It's in leg D. It's getting to this resistance area. All right, all I can say is that if you find a stock acting like this in an area, insurance, I've had a very nasty experience with insurance lately, very, very upsetting. If it's working for you, that's a really good sign. So this one has a high peak B in the monthly chart, just under 6. It was at 595 in October, and then a lower high, and now this is a huge green candle. Oh, I didn't know. Look at this. There's your leg B. There's only a leg B in the weekly chart. Oh, this is really nice. If this can break above about 545, it's trading at 530 right now. On a weekly close, I prefer not to say I want it to close. I don't want these pop and drops. I want it to be a close above 545. That'll be a really good sign So CIA trading 532 up to, it's a little overbought on the daily, just the technicals all fabulous. Just looks a little stretched, hasn't had a red candle, I mean, for ages and ages. So it deserves that, but it's looking very good. I like it as long as it holds 482. Yes, 486. As long as it holds 486 and it's trading right now at 532, quite a bit higher, this is acting very, very well. Next one was SRG. SRG. Oh, SRG, I forgot. This is called Vintage Growth Properties. Okay, in the properties. Huge move up. It was just 3 sessions ago, it was in the 280s. Now it's in the 353. If this goes to 358, then this orange 200 period exponential moving average of 362, really good chance for the first time in months, maybe even a year, that it tags it and then it could have a little bit of a rest. Good action finally. Peak A, peak B, peak A, peak B, peak C. It's in leg D in the weekly chart. The monthly is just so horrendous you don't even want to look. All right, next question. Yeah, how about that? Basil, solar names today, Run. That's Sun Run, and First Solar. Let me just see First Solar. Yeah, it's funny. Over the weekend, I had a look at this because it had a very good day Friday. Now, of course, I've always had this very well notated. It had an overlapping wave going to a leg C in the weekly chart, monthly chart, new leg B. Yeah, this is the thing that's fascinating. I'm sure it's happened to some of you as well. I'm totally fascinated that in this environment where there are cutbacks in not everything, but a lot of things that could really pertain to the environmental area, like solar, etc. Some of these stocks independently have had really good runs. So I like this. It's trading at 215.55, up 15. 86 must have had good news on Friday because it's followed through today. I love this. The whole area of 230 to 240 on the left side, the weekly chart, that's where there'll be a lot of resistance. But isn't this great? I would not have said that this was one of the areas in the bullseye target of this administration in many ways that you hear it, you just say, oh, there was an article today that they're trying to eliminate the postal workers having EVs. Well, I have to tell you, when I noticed that here in Newton, Massachusetts, when they changed a whole bunch of their administrative cars to electric vehicles, I thought, wow, that's a pretty big expense. And we don't know in the future what electric prices are going to be. I mean, we know that demand for electricity is just going to be exponential. That's the demand. That's not even the cost, because you get a relational cost. So I thought, no, I don't know if that's a good idea. I still don't know if it's a good idea. I'm not an economist. I just thinking that's a huge expense to go to, more as an experiment than anything else, because you don't really know. So we'll see. But I'm fascinated that I keep picking up charts, and they are right there in the sweet spot of the bullseye, and they're actually working very well. So this is one of those First Solar. Well, it's a mature company now, so it's acting very well. The monthly chart's improving. It's not great, but the weekly chart is an overlapping wave, goes to peak A, then a B, then it pulls back, and then under it has a peak A and a B, and then an overlapping C. And that just says this should go to a higher high in this cup formation. And then the left side lip, well, where's the left side lip for First Solar? I'd have to go all the way to there, right? But I'm not going to. I like to go one step at a time, and that's just been hit. So now I have no choice but to go to the high of around about 258. And what does that say? It says that later in the year, well, I'm going one step at a time. So left side, right side price tie match. I have to go to that high right there. I like to go bump up against the wall. I call it and then I find a candle that I think is most appropriate. There's a tiny doji candle, right? Not the low, it's too far. And we'll see if we can go to the right. And there it is. We've tagged it. Oh, no, we haven't. Okay. So that says the high of the week of the 8th of November of 221.20 should get there within the next 2 weeks. And we're almost there. Actually, we've already gotten to 218.86. And let me just see if I've got a Chapman Wave inside wedge, target, resistance line. Yep, there it is. And it's taken it out. So then I can say, I'm going to move this to make it a little bit more homogeneous with what we're looking at. There you go. Okay, yeah, it says, good, you're at the resistance right now. Good, it acts very well.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So let me just say that I'm calling this leg F in the FSL, First Solar. I can change that. If everything is extremely positive, the stochastic at 65 should be at 80, so that's not a positive, but the others are. And as a leg C in the week, I'm not going to change anything. I will change that. It can still go to a G, and then if it goes to an H, there's never an H. It'll be a new C. No, it'll be a new B. So nothing here to do anything about in the Chapman Wave notation. Looking very good. Key support is at between 202 and 198 over the whole week. All right? And yes, correct. They've cut back on the tax credits and a number of other things. A real quick question about, was that for me, RKLB? RKLB? LB, there it is. This is Rocket Labs. Yeah, this is just digesting gains. It's trying to rally right here. It's had a well-deserved, maybe a 6-week rest. If it's able at 46.07 right now to close above 46.88, just getting close to the 47s. That'll be a good sign. If it pulls back under 44.30, it says, oh, stalling again. But this is starting to work its way higher. That's good. So look at this. FOLD. I've just got a slew of these. These are biotechs, Amicus Therapies. Look at that, leg D, a fabulous move up after I put the notation in, and it went even higher. Amicus, I can just go through NVAX, Novavax, look at that. Beautiful leg B. Oh, it's still early in this move. Novavax, monthly looks horrible. Weekly's improving. Daily looks really good. So I'm just seeing this all. I agree with you. The biotechs are really, they're breaking previous resistances. These are the baby biotechs. All right, so with that said, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Check out my opening call daily newsletter, and I will see you tomorrow. This is a very interesting period because the market, there's no bad news to really tank it. When that happens, I think it's going to be a very quick trip to the downside. Maybe it's time more than price, more than time, but we haven't got there yet. Just be ready for it, that's all. And I'm getting ready for it. Have a wonderful